cameras roll, yeah, it's time to lock in. HBCU overdrive where the conversation starts and wins. Every week we break it down, every headline, every play. Giving flowers to the legends while the future finds its way. HBCU Saturday, they got the fans glued to the screen. HBCU tonight with Doc Holliday. Keep it clean from the swag to the MEAC. Every story get respect. SIAC, CIAA, independent, never left. Tailgates, band battles, coaches talking X's and O's. Players chasing greatness while the culture only grows. Jackson State, be our love, we shine over every school. If it's HBCU business, then you know that's what we do. No gossip, just a fact with a southern state of mind. Real voices, real moments, every episode designed. This our sports, this our culture, this our legacy alive. Turn it up and ride with us. HBCU overdrive, 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 overdrive. HBCU overdrive, 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 overdrive. HBCU overdrive, 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 HBCU overdrive, 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 overdrive. HBCU overdrive, 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 overdrive.
What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? It's Monday, July 20th, year of our Lord 2026, and we are back with another HBCU tonight. As always, you know, this powered by HBCU Overdrive and Overdrive Media. Make sure that you like this stream, comment, share, but most of all, subscribe to the channel. And also, if you're on the Twitter, you can watch on the Twitter. Hit that follow button on the Twitter and come on to the YouTube side and become a subscriber. And if you want to join in most exclusive family out there right now, make sure you hit that join button for the low price of $1.99. I told you I dropped the price. $1.99. Hey, can't beat that. Can't beat that. Oh, shoot. Can't beat that. I hope everybody's had a good evening on this Monday. We got a little bit over 5 weeks left before the season kicks off on August the 29th. I take that back. August the 28th. I think somebody's having a game either on the 27th or the 28th, something like that. But the season kicks off on that weekend, and then we are up and at them. So I hope everybody's having is having a great time right now. Let's say to all the kids, it's almost that time. Almost the time for y'all to take y'all asses back to school. Oh my God. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna say it like this. These kids, when I'm at work, I don't know why the kids decide that they want to come in and where I work at, which is CVS, and just want to try to steal stuff. And to me, it's just ridiculous. Like, I know you I don't know. I mean, everybody's situation is different. I understand that. Everybody has some sort of hardship. But at the same time, don't come in the store and be stealing things, knowing that either A, you can get away with it, or B, you are in a situation where you don't have it. You might not have anything at home. And I would say for that, I would say just for that, um, if you know you need help, if you know you know you don't have anything, won't you ask me? Won't you ask me? I mean, that's all you can do. That's the most that you can do. Won't you? Why don't you just ask? Um, Instead of having to go out there and you know having to go out there and steal it because it's not gonna do you any good. It's not gonna do you any good when you gonna be stuck at Henry Wade Justice Center, the Henry Wade Juvenile Justice Center here in Dallas. Uh, but yeah, I mean, what you got to steal from the store for? You know, if you want chips or some drink or a drink or some candy or something like that. Hey man, you come up to me like, hey, sir, I don't have that much money or I don't have no money at all, and I really want this. You never know. I might get it for you. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I was in this, one point of time, I was in the same situation that some of these kids was in. But I ain't gonna go out there still knowing that you can go do it. And as far as working in retail, we can't really do too much of anything. Um, we just have to let them go. But but I'm put the onus on the parents. Parents, y'all need to figure some shit out. With your kid, we all complain. Well, they eat a lot and all this other stuff like that. Well, yeah, they're at home for the summer. Unless they ain't got no job or they not doing anything productive as far as going into a summer program or something like that. Of course, they're gonna be at home eating everything out the refrigerator, everything out of the pantry, out of the cabinets. That's what kids do. I'm just telling you I'm just telling you like it is. Cause we was all once kids before. Uh, we was all kids once before, and we know how it was when we was at home for the summer. Yeah, when I was at home for the summertime, shoot, I used to be like, they'll tell us, take your ass outside. Don't be ripping and running in my house. Easy, easy, just clockwork. What up, though? I mean, it's like clockwork. I'm just saying, you know, kids just gotta, as a parent, as a parent, just because your kids are out, for the summer break and stuff like that, don't mean that you stop being a parent. Um, it doesn't mean that you stop doing what you do as a parent. So, I mean, I'm not gonna say too much. I'm not gonna say too much of anything right now. But I mean, that's pretty much what I had. That's pretty much what I got to say about that. Tell your kids to stop going to grocery stores or into the CVS or the Walgreens and stuff like that, and taking shit off of the shelf and stop stealing. But other than that, man, let's get into it, y'all. Hey, we're gonna get into that right there. We're gonna get into it. But that was my little plan, preliminary what I touch bases. Yeah, time to take the kids back to get kids gotta go back to school. They go back to school in a couple of weeks. Yeah, my niece gotta go back to school. She gotta go back to Prairie View so she can start back with her job on campus. uh what's up, Franklin? I just gotta say too, man. Be honest with y'all, it was hot out here today. I don't know what drove me to wear all black for work today, but damn it, it was hot as hell outside. It was hot as hell today. Like seriously. What up, bro? What's up, nephew? So yeah, man, it was. I don't know. I think it hit triple digits today here in Dallas. I know I just can't do it like that no more. I gotta be in the air condition for real. I gotta be in the AC for real. I'm sorry. Shoot. Shoot. I don't know who car I was in, but all I know is it seemed like that Uber drive ride coming home that it felt like the air was not working and I was struggling trying to get up out the goddamn on car. But yeah, man, let's go ahead. We got plenty of news going on today in these HBCU streets, as always. Um, let's talk about this right here. Let's go ahead and talk about this. I hope Mr. Ford is listening right now. But let's talk about this. This is from Yahoo Sports College Football. Southern head coach Marshall Falk says HBCUs have become a pipeline to FBS programs, and coaches must prepare players for that reality. This is his quote. He said, "I believe that the next level is no longer the NFL. HBCUs get poached by the FBS. They want our players. I believe that we as coaches, we have to look at it for what it is and start preparing these kids and coaching them and making sure they have the capacity to move on to the next level." Well, I cannot sit here and say that he is lying because he's absolutely telling the truth. We have to get into the mindset. We have to get into the mindset that although we want our kids to stay at our institutions and play for our institutions, that in this era of NIL and and transfer portal business is that we have to pretty much be on the fence. That's the reason why now you can still be a fan of the kid, but if that kid is one and done at your institution and they decide to go to a G5 or a P5, P4, what is there that you can do about it? I don't think you can't really do anything about it. You just have to prepare for the next wave of kids to come in. You just got to prepare for the next wave of kids to come in. And you just got to train them. I think the guy, the coach that said it, the wide receiver coach for Alabama A&M that year, one of those years, he said, and it's plain and true, plain as day. We are a feeder system for some kids to go FBS. I don't think that is a what's going on, Mr. Ford?
Hey man, how you feeling?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
No, I don't say we get. This is the thing. When it comes to knowing that these kids when they transfer, they want to move up. You know what I'm saying? If you go to a P4, whoever got a bag, they're gonna give you a bag. But most of the time, these kids ain't going. These kids are not going for no money. These kids are going for the actual opportunity so they can actually be seen. But it is still our duty as if you're a coach to actually get prepared, because that's the reason why you see a lot of programs have a high turnover ratio. You think about this. TC Taylor said that he brought in 50 new players for this season compared to what he brought in last season, compared to what he brought in the season before. And also, not compared to what he brought in his first year as a head coach, because we have to replace a lot of kids when he became a head coach. And that's the thing. Like, we don't give up on the kid, because I will never give up on the kid. If that's what you want to pursue, that is your prerogative. That is your business. But if you just go out there and test the waters and ain't nothing in those waters, and you have a good relationship with the coaching staff and the coaches, and they decide that you can come back, then come on back. I don't think I don't think it was malicious, because in a sense, I think in certain things we listen for dog whistle words. I'm put just like that. Like, and what I mean by that, we like, in a sense, let's go to this theory. Pavlov's dog. We already, the Mr. Ford, what theory about Pavlov's dog was, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They hear something, they hear a certain word, they ears perk up.
Oh yeah. 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 Now let me say this about the whole thing with the transfer portal and people, leaving in and out. Now it's a hit or miss.
Right.
Now, for that kid, Isaiah Spencer, if you ask me personally, I don't think it worked out for him. I think he made a major mistake in leaving Jackson. There was a kid at Alabama A&M, Tank Dale. He left Alabama A&M and went to University of Houston. From University of Houston, He played for the Houston Texans. It worked out for him.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, man. It's so much talent out here now trying to get into these HBCU schools. You leave, you can't come back. And the coaches might want you back. But the competition is so hot right now. Because let me tell you, man, in the last, let's see now. Okay, what year did Dion come to Jackson State? What year was that?
Well, he got hired at 20, but he came in spring 21.
Okay, let's say this. From 21 to the present, the SWAC has gotten bigger and bigger every year. It's gotten more popular. It's gotten better players. You know, I tell people this all the time about the growth in the SWAC. I remember when basically the majority of the players in the SWAC, they were third and fourth string players in high school. Okay, we had some diamonds in the rough, but basically we were getting like a third stringer, a fourth string kind of guy. Listen, we far from that now. We get, especially at the skill position, we getting a pro prospect. Now we ain't getting what I would call a first string in the offensive line, but we getting a second stringer. We getting that. But all I'll say to them kids, now this is me talking, when you leave a Jackson State or you leave a Southern, a FAM, and a Grambling and go to one of them Power 4 schools and all that, you might get your money, but bro, you missing out. You missing out, because let me tell you, man, this SWAC, man, we always say the SWAC with 38 high, it's worse than that now, man. SWAC is on, man. So if you leave, hey, I wish you the best, but don't expect to come back because you're going to be replaced. I'm just telling you, man. So I wish him the best. And by the way, what happened to Isaiah Spencer? Where is he now, man?
I don't know if he transferred again, but
okay, he went to Virginia Tech, right? Or where did he go?
Yeah, he went to Tech. I don't know where he went to after that. I haven't heard, but I know. He's at Ole Miss.
Oh, he's at Ole Miss now.
Well, yeah, he should have been at in the first place if he was gonna leave Jackson. That was his.
Listen, man, they was priming to make that boy All-American, man. He made a mistake, man. But I know, like you said, I know it's about the bag, you know. And I'm gonna just say this, and I know a lot of folk gonna get upset about that. We worship the bag, okay? We worship money, okay? And for us, our community, the money is everything. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If you were to pull him to the side and talk privately with him, I guarantee he regrets leaving Jackson State. I bet money on that, man, because they was grooming him. And then what happened was he leaves, and then y'all get that Rembrandt guy, that kid, and guess what? Isaiah's forgotten because that Rembrandt kid is the truth.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you're not, but you're not lying though, Mr. Ford. You're not lying. Like once Nate Rembrandt and then the rest of the kids came in for last year. Yeah, he was all forgotten. Like it was almost like what he did against Alcorn and what he did in the Celebration Bowl was pretty much forgotten.
Yeah.
But we cannot get mad at what Marshall Faulk said because you got to look at it from what he's seeing from his side, because you got to realize he was at Colorado still with some of the kids from Jackson State that Dion had brought over there, and he gets the job at Southern. So he's seeing both sides.
Yeah.
He's seeing both sides. And what he's saying is that we got to get prepared. We have to have the mindset to be prepared that some of these kids ain't going to want to stay here. Some kids, they leave because they homesick, or like you said, they get the bag. Or the other thing is that he wants to be seen. They want to be seen. They feel like they could get to the NFL from the next level at that level. But at the end of the day, like I said, most of these scouts in the these NFL scouts already have their sights set on which kid that they want, and they know they really don't have to develop them. That's the reason why they go after the P5. They go after the kid from Alabama's or the Georgias, because why? They, when you think about it, they're NFL ready. What's going on?
Now let me give you an example about being seen. Now let me tell you this. I remember this was years ago. Ken Riley was coaching at Florida A&M, and I can't remember, one of the quarterbacks went down, and we was all upset because we were Terry Mickens fans, right? We was just Terry Mickens. And so the quarterback that was throwing to Terry Mickens, he wasn't a big timer. And we thought that was going to keep Mickens out of the NFL. You talking about was all the way wrong? Because let me tell you something about that NFL thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you fit their scheme, you can be at some junior college and they going to come get you, man. And let me tell you something. Fam didn't have a really good quarterback that year, but Mickens went on and played in the NFL and played for some years. Okay? Because let me tell you something. If that NFL is for you, you're going to go to the NFL. Like I tell everybody right now. Now, he was injured this year, but now y'all can say what y'all want. That, what's his name? Fertillion? What's that boy? That big wide receiver y'all got?
Fertillion?
That's a pro. That dude is a pro, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if he injured or not. He's a pro. He went to NFL looking for. If he don't go NFL, he go in CFL. Or at least he'll go Rock League, but he a pro. Just off the intangibles. How he look, how he run, how he catch that football. And he been injured. But I know he a pro.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So I tell people about that pro thing. If that's for you, you going to the NFL. If the CFL is for you, you going to the CFL. Listen, man. Ain't nobody rain on your parade but you.
I'm pretty sure that quarterback was Tony Rucker out of Pinellas Park High School.
I think it was Tracy Weldon. Was it Tracy Weldon? Wait a minute. I remember Tony, because Tony played. Tony was from what? Was he Panama City? Where was Tony from?
No, he was Pinellas Park. He went. We played against him in high school. He's from St. Pete. He's from St. Pete.
Okay. Let me tell you this. It was because this is kind of what pissed the FAMU fans off. From 90, let me see, was it 90, 91, 92? FAM had really great recruiting classes. I mean, they was packed with athletes. And Ken didn't win the MEAC. And after that, the fact that he was a FAMU graduate, he was a former quarterback for Jake Gaither. He was A5A. He was a homeboy out there. That wore off because you know how that FAMU thing is, man. They see, I tell people all the time about the FAMU expectations. It's just like Alabama. See, the difference is when you go to Alabama and you take that head coaching job, they give you that number. And they say, whatever you need, you call this number. But at the end of the season, we want a national championship. See, at FAMU, they don't give you the number, but they tell you at the end of the season, they want a national championship. And see, Ken didn't bring them that, and that's kind of what led Ken to his departure as head coach, because he had a super team. Let me tell you what year it was. It was right after Tony Ezell left. They were loaded with athletes. Because see, what had happened was he had that guy, he's still living today. His name was, his son played for UM. He was a big center for Jake Gaither. What was his name? He was bringing all them boys out of Miami. Highsmith, Walter Highsmith. Highsmith had brought a lot of kids out of Miami that could play. Highsmith is the one that brought that wide receiver that broke all of Jerry Rice's records. What was that boy's name that broke Jerry Rice's records? He was one of the original Rack boys.
Quay Nunley.
Listen, it was Quay Nunley, and then it was another one. One came out of Norland, and the other one both of them was bad. No, it was Nunley, and then was it one named Daly or the one? He was kind of stout, but he could play. It was two wide receivers. Huh?
Was it Juwan Sadler?
He was a quarterback. Siler was a quarterback. He came later.
Okay.
Now, these two kids here, they were the original rack boys. It was the one he just called out. He came from Miami, Norland. It was another one came with him that broke Jerry Rice's records.
Canaan Lamb.
There you go. It was two. Okay. Daly broke Jerry Rice's records, and Canaan was on the other side. Because Canaan's some kind of big time record producer now, something he making big money. But anyway, the years that them boys originally came, they had recruited the state of Florida real well, and it was Walter Highsmith that was behind it. He up and left for a dead-end job at Texas Southern, okay, which that's another story and another show. But anyway, after he left Ken, that killed Ken's program. First of all, Ken went and got what's this guy's name? That led to his firing too. He should have gave the job to the guy from Quincy Shanks, and he gave the job. This guy was named Rick Travitz. Rick what? He was a defense coordinator after Walter Highsmith. What was his name? He couldn't stop a nosebleed. What was his name? Rick Travitz? Huh?
I can't think his name. He wasn't around long. They got rid of him quick.
They got rid of him. He should have never got the job. Ken gave him that job. And see, on the offensive side, the guy who was the mastermind behind the offense was named Kent Schofield. He left and took the job at Temple. Because I used to tell people all the time, if Schofield had stayed at FAM, Tony Ezel would have played in the NFL for years. Because he was getting him ready to play in the league. Okay, and then Schofield left FAM and went to Temple with a guy named Ron Dickerson. You remember Ron Dickerson?
Yep.
He left and went up there with Ron. But listen, man, all I'm saying to these kids is, listen, if you want to leave, leave. But I'm going to be honest with you, you missing out. Because, baby, this SWAC thing is blowing up, man. This SWAC thing, listen, man, we got growth in the SWAC every year, man. Like you said, I remember when Dion first came in, because I still say I don't give him all the credit, but he did help to rejuvenate the SWAC. Because, you know, I'm not a Dion fan. Okay, and I tell everybody he's a habitual liar. But he did help to put the spotlight back on the fan, on the SWAC. See, the thing about the SWAC right now, and this is what the white people are looking at, the SWAC is truly a super conference. This thing stretches all the way from the great state of Texas to the sunshine state of Florida. How many miles is that? Somebody tell me. That's a super conference.
It's over about 1,300 miles right there.
That's what I'm saying, man. Up from the state of Texas all the way over to Florida, you can see a SWAC game. And then y'all gonna try to people try to compare the MEAC to the SWAC, and they got 6 schools that play football? Are you kidding me? The kind of money they making in the SWAC? You got, listen, you got classic games in the SWAC right now that can compete with Power 4 classic games.
Yeah.
Okay, you got FAMU Bethune-Cookman, a minimum of 50,000. You got Alabama State versus Alabama A&M, a minimum of 60,000. You got Jackson State versus Jackson State versus Alcorn. That's 30 and 40,000. Jackson State versus Southern, 50. Grambling versus Southern University, 60 and 70,000. So when them kids leave the SWAC, all I say is I wish you the best, but bro, you're gonna miss out.
Well, I know one thing.
USF biggest crowd was 69,000.
Who was that?
USF
South
biggest
Florida.
crowd was 69,000. South Florida.
Listen, I was tempted to call. Listen, y'all, somebody answer this question for. I was tempted to call Bethune-Cookman today. I didn't do it. You know, they say that the new defense coordinator at Bethune-Cookman is he coming from South Florida. Did y'all get a name? Because I tried to get a name. I looked at South Florida's last year's coaching staff, and I still couldn't get. Who? Do y'all know who it is?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I started to call Bethune-Cookman. Now, here's what the people that I talked to up here from Bethune-Cookman, this is what they telling me. They said they ain't worried about what Bethune-Cookman lost, because they said that the athletes now they said that one thing that his biggest attribute, Coach Woody has, is that he can recruit. And since he's been there, he's put together nothing but solid recruiting class. Now, the people up here from Bethune, all of them saying is this: his coaching staff is going to determine how well Coach Woody does at Bethune-Cookman. It's not his personnel, because they say that he can actually do national. Now, Doc, they claim he knows the West. Now, this is what somebody told me. They say that Woody knows the West Coast like the back of his hand, because supposedly he was at a school in what you call it, the Pac-12. What was it back in it? Was it the Pac-12 or Pac-10?
Yeah.
He supposedly worked in one of them schools, and whatever school he was at, he was the primary recruiter. They say he know the California area, the West Coast area, like the back of his hand. But my point is, everybody up here in Atlanta is saying it's not about personnel. They got personnel, they got athletes. It's about his coaching staff. And the biggest thing is, they not worried about his offense, because they're saying he got two quality quarterbacks. Got a kid from, is it FIU? He got a kid from FAU or FIU. They say he can play, and they talking about the kid from FAMU that transferred to Bethune-Cookman. That kid can play, but they say the biggest problem at Bethune-Cookman is defense. They don't have a defense coordinator. If this guy comes through as defense coordinator this year, they saying Bethune they gonna cause some problems. His biggest thing is gonna be his coaching staff, not his personnel. He got athletes.
Well,
I'm gonna tell the secret. I'm gonna tell the secret. Bethune-Cookman's problem is strength and conditioning.
Okay.
You saw it last year in the Edward Waters game. You saw it later on in the season. They got pushed around. Their off-season program, if their off-season program is better than what it was last year, they'll be all right. But it's got to start there.
Right.
Well, that's important, baby.
So we got the MEAC. The MEAC put out their predicted order of finish. They first and second team offense and defense, and they offensive defensive player of the years for the conference. Since media day is tomorrow. And it's gonna be on I think it's gonna be on ESPN Plus live at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And of course, you got the guys from
Who's carrying it? What channel is carrying it?
ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus, okay.
You got the guys from the Pivot that's gonna be on the show, so they're gonna be the ones that's hosting it. First and foremost, if you can see the screen, if I don't know if you can see it, but if you can, cool. If not, I could blow it up. Their predicted order of the finish, of course, everybody knows that South Carolina State is predicted to actually repeat as MEAC champions. That is what the coaches SID say. If you also see it, you got North Carolina Central finishing second. They say Delaware State should finish third. This is a surprise. Morgan State should finish fourth. Norfolk State is going to finish fifth, and Howard is coming in last at sixth. The first three, I could deal with this. The first three, I could say yes. I can deal with this, but those last three, some gonna have to change up, because I don't believe that Norfolk is going to do anything in year number 2 of Michael Vick. Howard, I will put them at 4th, and I will put Morgan State at 5th. Only reason why I say Howard, I could put Howard at 4th, because if Ted White finds his quarterback and he's going to have him develop, have a date, he gets it done. Other than them playing the 2 Power 5 schools in Indiana and Rutgers, other than that, I feel like they can actually make some noise. But we already talked about Morgan State. Morgan State is a quarterback away. they've been a quarterback away for the last 4 years. I have to say this. In Norfolk
They
State,
better not be a quarterback away this year. They absolutely better not be a quarterback away this year. Everybody got to go if they're a quarterback away this year.
Here's another thing. I'm about to go ahead and move over to the next slide. On offense, first team offense. This is something I don't get right here. I do not get this. First team offense, they got quarterback Josh Jones for North Carolina Central. I don't know who that kid is. You got Eden James from Howard. You got Tyler Smith from South Carolina State. I know those two right there. Eden James should have he should have a breakout season in his final year at Howard, coming off an injury. Chance Peterson, the wide receiver from North Carolina Central, is one receiver. Darius Thompson from Delaware State is the other receiver. And then you're looking at offensive linemen. Yeah, you got AC McMorrin, Moses Umorn from South Carolina State. McMorrin's from North Carolina Central. James Reddick II from South Carolina State. Ryan Nolan from Norfolk. Diu Dow from Delaware State. And then on first team defense, you got Josh Barker, Kayvon Chisholm, and Jordan Dollard, all from South Carolina State, and then Jalen Williams from from Norfolk State. You got Jordan Franklin from South Carolina State, Isaiah Lawson, North Carolina Central, and Arturo Maddox from Morgan. DBs, you got Kendrick Green, I'm tripping, from Howard, Wayne Favors from Delaware State, Shamari Reed from South Carolina State, and Akai Harvey from Morgan State. And then the punter is Liam Allen IV from Howard. The kicker is Matt Kennard from Howard, and the return specialist is Makai Wall from North Carolina Central. And then on second team quarterback is Jay Sean Scroggins from Howard. Now I think that who should have been the first team, but I don't look. It's the MEAC. I don't know what they be doing over there. Josh Shaw from South Carolina State, Keith Jenkins Jr. from Morgan State, Justin Perry from Morgan, and Nate Stewart from Delaware State. Rodney Lassane is tight end from Central. You got the O-lineman Holly St. Melis from Central, Jack Smoot from Norfolk State, Keondae Marsh from South Carolina State, Tyler Lindberger from Norfolk State, Teron Williams from North Carolina Central, and Victor Goree from North Carolina Central. And then second team defense, you got Coy Rainey from Delaware State, Miguel Rijo from Norfolk State, Justin Dutton from Morgan, and Christopher Boyd from Morgan State. Those D linemen, linebackers, Caleb Broadbent from Norfolk State, Roger Kelly from South Carolina State, and Quentin Johnson from Delaware State. DBs coming in is Quantre Harry from South Carolina State, Nasir Bashir from Norfolk State, Jakari Martin from North Carolina Central, and Stephon Hall from Norfolk State. And then you got the pitchers, punters, Shane Messenger from Morgan State, kicker Jake Walker from Norfolk, and return specialist Malachi Leatherberry from Morgan State. It's all over the place. And then last but not least, you got your offensive and defensive players of the year. Preseason offensive player of the year is the wide receiver Chance Peterson from North Carolina Central, and preseason defensive player of the year is Jordan Franklin, linebacker from South Carolina State. And I think they did name their people who they're gonna bring in for media day tomorrow. But
we ready to talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
It's not gonna be pretty. It's a lot of Morgan State players on that All MEAC team. And granted, it's only 6 teams, so you got to put somebody there. But I'm going to treat them like I treat every other preseason prediction. If that is who everybody's saying has talent on your team, and we know what he brought in from Jacksonville, Florida for the quarterback position, even if he don't start, that pushes that room forward. You got to be in the top 2. Morgan State got to be in it all the way to the finish line. Granted, they might not beat South Carolina State or North Carolina Central. They can't be 4. They can't be 4. That's not progress. Not with the talent they have. And every year they got a linebacker that's all world.
The defensive alignment that kicks everybody's tail.
So what we talking about here? Like at some point, and I'm not a Morgan State fan. I ain't me, Mike. This year I've paid attention more to the talent that they brought in. And again, I always look at the big uglies. You got your offensive line and them kids you bring in from Florida. Okay, so you got talent. And then my understanding, you got some kids from the DMV area too. No, ain't no South Carolina State was just better than us. Delaware State was just better than us. North Carolina State was just better than us. Ain't no more excuses no more. This come down to brass tacks and coaching.
What do you think, Mr. Ford?
Okay, first and foremost, let me say this. The MEAC ain't had a commission in almost 25 years. Okay, and so let me say this. The first thing the MEAC should do, and I know, they always get on me for saying it. The first thing the MEAC should do is try to merge in with the SWAC and get into this golden time of day that the SWAC is going through. Okay, now as far as Morgan State is concerned, I've been watching Morgan real closely for the last 4 or 5 years. Morgan got more talent than anybody. Their talent level is just as high as South Carolina State's and Central. I'm just going to be honest with you. I like Coach Wilson, but I think he's done as much as he can do. And so I'm going to say this to you, Morgan State people. When you look for a new coach, you look for somebody that's won a championship, been there, done that. So I'm going to say this to the Morgan State people. Look to Jacksonville, Florida. His name is Brian Jenkins. Look to bring him to Baltimore, Maryland to take over that Morgan State program. He will take you where you belong. Because let me just be honest with you. Guys, South Carolina State ain't got the kind of money Morgan State got. North Carolina Central ain't got the kind of money that Morgan State got. Okay? And all they need is that big-time coach with a vision. Brian Jenkins, I think, won the MEAC 4 times. So all you MEAC, is MEAC Mac from MEAC Mike? Is he from Morgan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Listen, watch that man down there in Jacksonville, Brian Jenkins. That's the guy you want to come to Baltimore.
Well, this says a lot about your conference, is that your preseason offensive player of the year is a wide receiver, and we don't even know how your quarterback is because he got to give you the ball. That's how you become a player of the year. You got to get the ball. You got to get at least 1,000 yards receiving at like 15, 20 touchdowns. I'm sorry. That should be reserved. See, here's the thing. The preseason offensive player of the year, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Even though, yes, they are predicted to finish 6th in the league, but Eden James coming back should have been preseason offensive player of the year for the MEAC.
Because who says North Carolina Central is actually going to throw the football? They like to play kind of junior football.
This is crazy. And then some more news out of these HBCU streets. The OVC came up with their predicted order of finish, and guess what? They said Tennessee State is going to finish dead last.
What has Tennessee State done? Tennessee State is going through austerity measures, right? They are limited in what they can do budget-wise. So why are we shocked at this? They don't have a blank check to do what they need to do.
He went out and got a whole bunch of new players. I watched the OVC media day. It's ridiculous. I mean, you talking about a hillbilly conference. It's a hillbilly conference. It's terrible. I watched the interview with him. What's his name? The head coach at Tennessee State. He played for Alabama State.
Reggie Barlow.
Reggie Barlow. Yeah, I watched it. It's pathetic. But now let me just say this about Tennessee State. Tennessee State has a supreme location. They're in one of the premier cities in the southern part of the United States. Nashville is one of the premier cities in the South. Some people call it the white man's Atlanta. Okay? And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like them to play in Nissan Stadium. But when they play in Vanderbilt Stadium, I love it. Because when I was, going to their games back in the 70s and 80s, they would always take their big-time games to Vanderbilt. Man, you talking about a nice college arena. That Dudley Field is nice. But the other thing is Tennessee State has got over 10,000 students. They border like 7 states. You got kids coming from all over the South, all over the North. Okay, because when I used to go and visit Tennessee State, I would meet people from Detroit, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Okay, all them cities out of Ohio. Then the people from the South was from Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Georgia, Florida. They had a national campus. If they were really serious about football, they can recruit anybody they want. Because I'm gonna tell you, it's a growing city. I put it in the category with Charlotte. If you ever been to Charlotte and Nashville to me are like twins. They're booming. You go to college there, you don't have to leave. You can stay there. But it's just that, when I look at what's going on at Tennessee State, I think about that other TSU, and that's Texas Southern University. I don't know what the hell going on down there.
We get ready to talk about them. So thank you for segueing to that part. What you got, Chuck?
What Mr. Forbes was talking about Tennessee State. He was talking about. I got a chance to watch the interview. They have Tennessee State has a YouTube platform called Uproar Radio Network. A guy named Reno Thompson and Brandon Bathers. They were on there. He's on there with him in Uproar Radio Network. That's how I ended up watching. They were at the OVC football media day, and they interviewed 2 of the players and Reggie Barlow, and also they interviewed the OVC commissioner. I think his name is Matt Wilson. This is first. They said this is first year as a commissioner, and I just stumbled up on it on YouTube.
Well, it feel like when you talk about the AD for Tennessee State, it seems like it feels like it's almost some empty promises that he said that he's made, and they feel like, and I understand, he hired them, but what can you do? I mean, if you're not doing anything against the athletic department, why can I pull full trust in you? But let's go ahead, since Mr. Ford has segued to that school down on at 3rd Ward, Texas. I got some.
That's a mess down there.
It's a mess. So we're gonna talk about that right now. So Texas Southern, since now they figure out everything, they put out their schedule video. And here it goes.
You're now listening to KTSU 90.9, The Choice, your community station. All right, Tiger Nation, y'all been asking, y'all been waiting, and some of y'all even had the wrong schedule. Well, the wait is over. The official Texas Southern University 2026 football schedule is finally here. This season, we're taking the road to 100. Different roads, different stadiums, but the same Tigers. And if you thought that you already had homecoming figured out, you better think again. Circle the calendar, October 24th at Reliance Stadium. I'm going to say that again, October 24th against Southern University at Reliance Stadium. That's where the party starts. Now you know where we're headed. The only question is, are you riding with us?
Can't call it a cheesy video because look, you in Houston, you got your cars sitting on some
A
swingers.
throwback.
They doing what they do down in Houston, but hey,
I remember that one. Was that Bun being
we
Pimp
gonna
C?
talk, we gonna talk about it. So of course, y'all already know we story came out over the weekend. Shout out to Kyle Mosley with HBCU Legends. Yeah, that would have been hot in 2004, but it's 2026, and that song still slam.
Oh, yeah.
It still be jamming. But
Yeah, I remember when it was.
the stadium dilemma for Texas Southern. Now, have you read what the deal was, Mr. Ford? Like, have you read the details about this?
I've read some things, but let me say about the video. Now, is this Texas Southern or is this Boys in the Hood? I'm getting it mixed up. Which one is it? What is this? Okay, so and let me say this about the schedule. What I saw now. Now you know, Doc, I really like the fact that they're gonna play Southern for homecoming in the RFG. Is it RFG? What's that place called?
NRG Stadium.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. But now, let me just say this.
That's Grammy for Halloween.
The thing that's happening in at Texas Southern, to be honest with you, that ain't got nothing to do with sports. They got to get off their ass in the president's office, in that athletic director's office, in the faculty rep. That stuff down there, that's ridiculous. I'm loving the fact that they saying they're gonna get a new, or they gonna have a 10 to 12,000 seat stadium. I love that. But see, the problem down there it's not athletics. It's the fact that you at Texas Southern, they changing presidents every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Granger been gone a year and you still ain't replaced him.
They got an interim,
what
but
you doing? Listen,
they got
this
an
is what
interim.
in politics they call it benign neglect. Okay, this is malfeasance. Some people would say what's happening at Texas Southern is criminal. It don't make no sense. That's why I'm telling you, it's bigger than football. This is about having competent people as president, a competent person as athletic director, a competent board of trustees. That's what they lacking. Because you're talking about Texas Southern is one of the top 5 black universities in the country. Okay, they got close to 10,000 students. They're in the 4th largest city in the United States of America. They're in Houston, Texas. They should have a dynasty going.
Mike Jones, yeah, it's been a long time.
Oh yeah, it should be a dynasty there, man. It should be a dynasty, but
There's no but. There's no but. It's Texas. They can throw a rock and hit a 2-star.
Right.
Like the fact that all they had to do, and this is a new thing for me because this is just absolutely weird to me, was show up to work and hand in their schedule. These people, do you know how hard it is for white people to carve out something for an HBCU to make sure that they're taken care of? I wish Tallahassee would. And all they had to do was turn in their schedule. Now, it is very difficult for me to be outraged by some stuff that happened at HBCUs because of where I come from. But this is crazy. This is crazy. This is the white people leaking to the world. We did this for them. They ain't do it for no PWI. They did it for Texas Southern to make sure Texas Southern had a nice stadium to play in all year long.
And it really ain't white people because at the time the mayor of Houston was, but the mayor of Houston was black.
You talking about the one that passed away? You talking about Sylvester Turner?
Yeah, just one that passed away. I think it was Sylvester Walker was the mayor at the time.
Sylvester Turner.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he had just become a congressman. He had before he passed away.
So the whole deal is the Houston Dynamo, which is the MLS team for the city, right? The Major League Soccer team. They could not get the stadium built unless they added Texas Southern in the whole deal. Point blank, period. They said, we're going to give you this land. Not even give you, because first of all, the stadium is not even owned by the Houston Dynamo. It's owned by Harris County. It's owned by the city of Houston. So, okay, so it's not Turner. So yeah.
Thanks for correcting me, Stock Talk David and Mike Jones. Yeah, thanks for correcting me. Yeah.
El Franco Lee was the one who brought the idea, with Texas Southern. All Texas Southern did was pay $1.5 million. Everything else was being paid through I think everything else was being paid through the county. They have a stadium, it's downtown, is pretty much downtown. You get 100 free parking spots, you get 4 luxury suites, you get all the concessions revenue, you get all the ticket revenue, and guess what? What's the main thing that we talking about right now? You get first priority when it comes to your scheduling. All you had to do was show up to a meeting.
They said the Dynamos don't even own the stadium, from what I heard.
Yeah, the Dynamo don't own the stadium. It's owned by the county. It's owned by the county. And Texas Southern sits in the county. So even if that was the case, Texas Southern had first priority. Just like if we were doing media, if it was doing media rights, Texas Southern had first rights of refusal when it comes to scheduling their games at the stadium. They said for the last 2 years that nobody showed up to the meeting to figure out the home schedule for the football team. Now, guess what? You got to travel 25 minutes outside of your bubble to go all the way to Aldine, which is on the north side of Houston, past 610, before you even get to the Beltway.
Oh, man.
And if you've ever been to Houston, when you own 45, you ever go to Houston and you drive on 45 coming from Dallas, right? You hit the Beltway, you not even in the city of Houston. You on the outside of Houston. So
that's gonna be tough on students. Somebody want to come to the games and that far out, and those who don't have vehicles.
And that's the crazy thing. Mr. Ford, Texas has 7 home games. And they designate their homecoming that the Dynamo cannot have the first schedule when it comes to Texas Southern's homecoming.
Listen, all of this that we calling out, it falls first on the president, whoever the president is, whoever the board of trustees, the athletic director, all them people got to be cleaned out. And you got to replace them with competent people. Because this don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. You know what? Like I said, with all the things they got going for them, that location, you're in Houston, Texas, you got over 10,000 students. It don't make no sense. And it don't start with no coaches, none of that, no player. This starts in the president's office. This starts with the board of trustees. They got to be cleaned out. What they got to do is ask for everybody's resignation. Demand a resignation and go find you some better people. Because this don't make sense. This don't make sense. But like I say, I do like the fact that they playing Southern at RFG. I like that now. Is it NRG or RF? It's NRG, right?
NRG.
NRG. Yeah, I like that.
Most of them
still I'm gonna tell you right now, people gonna come for that.
Most of the people still call it Reliant. I still call it Reliant.
Yeah,
that's why I remember Reliant. Yeah.
And remember another person who gave y'all the tools to get this done was Dr. Charles McClellan.
He was athletic director there.
He was an athletic director at that time.
Yeah. I know he was at PV at his alma mater and then Texas Southern before becoming commissioner.
Nobody's taking advantage. All you had to do is just go to a meeting. So here's the thing. The stadium was built because Texas Southern was part of the deal. When Oliver Luck and the Dynamo looked for a downtown site in the late 2000s, they needed Harris County land in Commissioner L. Franco Lee's precinct, and the City of Houston infrastructure funding, which was supported by then council member Sylvia Garcia. Public officials only agreed to support the project if Texas Southern was included. The university contributed $1.5 million as a one-time payment under Section 7A. In return, Texas Southern got rent-free use of the stadium for 30 years, kept all its ticket revenue except for certain fees, received 4 free luxury suites on game days, 100 free parking spaces, and a share of concession revenue.
When is the stadium on campus going to be completed? When are they going to move in?
Well, they talking about it being a master plan, so $1.7 billion master plan at a stadium. They saying by 2030 or 2031.
Okay.
But what they got to do it right now? Because right now they have a stadium available to them that they didn't have to pay rent on for 30 years. That
because it's going to pay because the stadium pays for itself.
It's almost like they got some Florida State alums running around up in there. Almost what it's like.
Troy, you some of your alma mater. Hey, Troy. I see that. Yeah. I see they let the public address announcer go by the name of the legendary Ohio State coach. Same name, Woody Hayes.
Don't get him started because he was that media day about to have a fit.
How he was fired was wrong. How he was fired was wrong. But dude, you was never the voice of Florida State. Never. And ain't nobody wearing them raggedy shirts you trying to sell outside of Doak Campbell Stadium. Man, you know what?
Okay, I'll leave it alone.
Here's another question. I think Matt just said it. Hey, is Aldine ISD letting them use the stadium, use Thorne Stadium for free? I don't know. I don't know if they let me use them for free, but I don't know. 500,000 to rent NRG, man, that's crazy. So,
boy.
And then the best thing about it is they already have reserve dates. So when the Labor Day Classic comes into Houston, the Dynamo cannot schedule no game before or after because that weekend is already tied up. And like I said, it's not the Dynamo's stadium; it is the stadium for the county, which means that if Houston ISD or the UIL wants to play a playoff game at NRG, I mean not NRG, but at the Shell Stadium, guess what? They could do that. So sources familiar with the stadium partnership told HBCU Legends that the athletic department had not participated in the annual scheduling process in recent years. Instead, they worked around the Dynamo's calendar at the it was set. This approach worked while MLS games were mostly in spring and summer, but Douglas said that the league's move to more fall dates eventually revealed the current problem. But either way, even if that was the case, you still, all you have to do, you don't wait. Here's the thing for Texas Southern, you don't have to wait for the Dynamo to set their schedule. You set your schedule first. The Dynamo has to work around you. You the one, because you're the primary tenant. The Dynamo only plays a certain amount of home games for MLS for the soccer, for the soccer league. I only think they only play like 30 games. But
who is the president at Texas Southern?
J.W. Crawford III.
Okay, so how long has he been there?
He's been there since 2023 when remember they let go of Austin Lane.
I remember
that. Yeah, I remember they let him go, and it seemed like people liked him too. They ended up letting him go.
Austin,
but they change. Don't they change presidents every 2 years?
Oh my goodness!
It seemed that way, Mr. Ford.
So, as a result, Texas Southern's 2026 home schedule now includes games at several venues. The opener against North Carolina Central will be at W.W. Thorne Stadium and Aldine ISD facility. The game against Grambling State hasn't been set, and only 2 dates are confirmed at the downtown stadium the university helped build. Other than that, every game, if you look at it, every game is going to be home game is going to be at Thorne Stadium. So, quote, we're in territory we've never been before. No schedule with the sites of the games, the game times, stadiums being played, and no rosters. Ralph Cooper, the legendary KCOH broadcaster who has covered Texas Southern since 1969 and participated in the stadium's founding effort, said, quote, in my opinion, this is the most dysfunctional period of time of Texas Southern operations in regards to administration on the campus. There you go, Mr. Ford.
Ralph Cooper, legendary radio legend in Texas. Oh yeah.
And last season's, so records show that the Dynamo have mostly followed the agreement. Last season's game that was moved to Houston Christian was due to a Dynamo playoff run, and I understand that. Section 5C, subsection 4 clearly gives Dynamo playoff games priority on unprotected weekends. The soccer club did not break the deal. Texas Southern's protection does not cover those dates, and the dates that could have been protected were never chosen. Douglas is clear about the university's failure to use parts of the agreement, including event dates that alumni have long believed Texas Southern could use to generate revenue during the stadium's roughly 340 unused days each year. That's on us. That's not on the Dynamo, he said. Basically, if you wanted to have a dang on concert at the Shell for Texas Southern could actually do that. As long as there's no soccer game going on at that time, there's nothing that's going on at that time. You have the right to use that. You have the right to use that facility.
So you mean they could have had a homecoming week concert and raise money in the stadium they get to use for free and put all that money in their pocket to build a program?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I asked the question again. Do Texas Southern alumni get pissed off?
I think they do get that. I'm telling you, I think they do get pissed off. So here's saying the obligation running the other way. The contract cuts both directions. Under Section 2A, Texas Southern agreed to play all of its home games at the stadium for the life of the deal, with one exception. A single classic game per season may be relocated within 180 days. Notice, if TSU reasonably expects to sell at least 30,000 tickets, Section 32A makes abandonment or failing to play required games at the stadium an express event of default. So with the 2026 home schedule spread across Thorne Stadium, possibly NRG and Shell Energy, both sides need to answer an important question. Is Texas Southern playing off-site because of an amendment or waiver, or is the university at risk of breaching the contract and losing scheduling rights? Neither the university nor stadium management has yet to respond to requests for comments on the terms governing this season's venue. So there you go.
I mean, we can raise hell, but until the people, the stakeholders, which is the alumni and the boosters of Texas Southern, raise hell, they just gonna change the narrative. It's a reason why we got a nice flashy new video for their schedule release when everybody else did their schedule release months ago. Like I know
one thing they got that band is that band has come up a lot, man.
Ocean of
world-class band.
I love the Ocean.
Yeah.
Hey, Los, come on up. I need you to talk. Get TSU along. Come on up.
Yeah, the guy from Southern, Brian Simmons, still at Texas Southern.
Yeah, man, they're getting a
Yeah.
lot of play this summer. There's been 3 articles I've read about
I
them
met
in the
him.
national
I met
media.
him. Yeah, I've met him. I when Texas Southern came to play Grambling a couple of years back. When they came, I went over there and I met him,
Damn.
chatted
Yeah,
him for
well,
a little bit.
and see, I think Troy, this is something that we always talk about. Our institutions be missing out on money.
Y'all know I love money. Absolutely love money. And
For the love of money, like the OJs.
when the program can make money and you not have to lean on alumni so much for heavy immediate donations, it was a missed opportunity. And it was a missed opportunity where I don't think people grasp the blessing that they have. Like, there was a $5 million ask from Blueprint Tallahassee for FAMU, and it was denied. These people was working with Texas Southern. Could you imagine if the city of Daytona worked with Bethune-Cookman? And
They get
again,
a lot
I'm
of
just
money,
talking about cities that
but
I'm
they
just
get
talking
a
about
lot of
cities that I
money.
know.
Then.
So it's, I guess the more I get familiar with how organizations work, you start to see what should happen and what's not happening. And that's why I get upset. You know, the sad part about it is
concert at the stadium. That's crazy.
they could have had Beyonce at the stadium.
She gonna be at NR. She gonna be at NRG.
Well, she loves TSU, so you know she might do something for him. I'm hopeful. You know,
What was that?
throw him a little concert.
Talking Beyonce?
Yeah.
Beyonce. She gonna be at
Yeah.
NRG.
Yeah, no, she's from Houston.
But who do you feel, Mr. Ford? I got a question for you. Who do you feel Texas Southern can go get as a athletic director for athletic director?
The best person would be Lynn Thompson, because he can clean up that mess. Because that's a mess. That's a mess. And so you got to get somebody with highly experience that seen this before, done that. And I would look at Lynn Thompson. I'd have to do some research, come up with some more names. The guy that said North Carolina Central is really good.
Somebody Skip.
Yeah,
Skip.
yeah.
Skip Perkins.
Skip Perkins. Yeah, he's really good. The guy at Howard, Kerry Davis, is real good.
Kerry Davis.
Like I said, you got to have somebody that can go in and this is a mess. What they're lacking is they're lacking organization, and then they lacking discipline. They can't even go to a meeting. That's a lack of discipline. So you got to get somebody that's been there, already done that. Lynn would be the person I would call. I would call Lynn and say, "Listen, come out here and help us." And then while you helping us, groom somebody to take this program. Because this don't make no sense. You know what though? Really, the other person that need to go out there and meet with them is Dr. McClellan on behalf of the SWAC. Because this makes the SWAC look bad, man. This makes the SWAC look terrible. And the other thing is, this has got to be the largest city that a SWAC school is in, right? It's the 4th largest city in America.
Yeah, no, it's 4th largest.
Yeah.
Here's something that they said. This is my man DJ Damon. He said We can't choose an AD because the Board of Regents will reject and won't give them no power. But
Boy.
that's when y'all have to put your minds and your money together to get those Board of Regents out of there and get
Elections have consequences.
Think back to what happened to Fred McNair, how they held things. That was real tacky.
That was tacky. And even if all you need is a person in charge to be at the meeting. You can have the president and even the interim athletic director, or you can have an associate athletic director. All you need to go do is be in the meetings together. That's it. That's it. You and that is what Oliver Luck wanted. That's what he wanted right there. He wanted
Oliver Luck.
Oliver Luck.
To my Andrew Luck's father.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He wanted that dysfunction. He felt like, well, they ain't gonna come, so we just gonna do what we do. All you do is just be there. You just be in the building. What bad can go? You know that what bad can go wrong?
Well,
I mean, and then speaking of ADs, speaking of incompetent ADs, I can't believe this man is the most incompetent person that I have ever met or ever had an experience to do an interview with. And that is the AD for FAMU.
Oh man, I heard you all, man. I saw Troy, Jamal, and Marlo. They were mad. I watched it. I watched you all, man.
How can
I don't blame you all.
How can you miss out on Mr. Ford? Yeah, Mr. Ford, are you with me still?
I'm sorry. Give me 1 minute, Doc. Hold on. Let me give it 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
Hey Troy. I thought about you and Marlo. He said you were passing right through there. So he said, yo, could have gone by and picked him up and head on to Birmingham. He says, oh, we needed a ride. You all tickle me. From Orlando going to Tallahassee, they could have picked him. We could have picked you up to take you to Birmingham.
I've crashed out on him enough, so I don't want to make it seem like I'm bullying him. I just think
we are bullying him.
The media day. Well, he's Greek, so I can say this. Media day is his probate. He coming out to the world, right?
Yeah.
That was.
Hey, Doc, did you have a question?
So we talking about this free money FAMU could have had when Georgia canceled the game against them 2028.
Uh-huh.
Troy, let them know what happened with this deal.
So the University of Georgia and FAMU had a football game scheduled.
Right.
Georgia wanted out of the contract. So in the contract, there is a guarantee of $630,000 if Georgia cancels the game. Right? FAMU somehow canceled the game and did not invoke the cancellation fee, which I'm sure once Georgia heard that they didn't have to pay no fee, they sent that updated contract over fast. And somehow it made it through and nobody raised the red flag. And I said, if I'm the attorney, the staff attorney, when I see that contract, I'm running down the hallway with my trash can on fire till somebody asks me what's going on. Because there's $630,000. You got to put it in perspective. Remember in December when we got Quinn, we had to all in with Quinn, raise $200,000.
Right.
Then you turn around and you give away $630,000. We're hustling backwards. This free money. Even if you negotiated a different amount, oh well, we don't want to get 630,000. We'll give y'all 400. It's still free money. We're getting free money, then we got to replace that game. So whatever money we make is all positive.
It's your money. It's your money.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Texas Southern knew the narrative was bad, and they put out something that kind of changed the narrative, but not really. There hasn't been anything to change this narrative, to make an explanation. There's no transparency. Granted, we got a situation with our SID. He's going through a family situation, so this ain't on him. This sits directly on the athletic director, but these things don't happen in a vacuum, so I'm sure it didn't just show up one day. So it's multiple people that was involved with this process. So the people who were involved in those processes that let this fall through the cracks and let it fall, even if UGA didn't want out, let's say Georgia didn't want out, right? If Georgia didn't want out and we wanted out, Georgia has to go to a 9-game schedule, and they have to get rid of, they have to play like A4 conferences as their out of conference game. This was going to come to a head, and they was going to want out this contract. There was no reason to make a move. FAMU was in a checkmate move. We ain't got to move nothing. The SEC wants out of these games. We ain't got to change nothing. We'll sit right here.
Yeah, that's the reason why. That's the reason why LSU put Southern on the schedule again. Like, but when you think about it, they are mandated to play 9 conference games starting this year. Plus, what you say, they have to play a game that's worth competition, and it has to be from a automatic qualifier school conference. And at least one game from a P4, a P4 standard.
Well, I'm happy that the game was canceled, because you know what? I hate when we play them Power 4 teams, because I hate them 79-0 and 76-0 and 80-0. If you ask me now, this Mr. Ford, if I had my way, no black school would play a Power 4 team. I'm against that. I know I see what you're saying about the money, but I'm glad the game ain't gonna take place, because I get sick of them black schools going up there playing Ohio State and Georgia and Oklahoma, and then it's 80-0. We ain't got no business playing them people. Leave them folk alone.
And I want to be fair. There are reports that the previous administration wanted out of this game because there was a player that got hurt real bad in a P5 game, an HBCU P5 game.
That was
Yeah, that was what, 2015, right?
Yeah, the wide
that
receiver.
was Gales.
That was Gales.
Yeah.
Gale. Yeah.
That
was when
that's
Dalton was still coaching there.
But even still,
Dalton Odoms was coaching there during the time. Yeah.
Georgia, we know Georgia wanted out of this game for a bunch of playoff reasons. Georgia wanted out of this game. FAMU was in a prime position to sit back and let this play out. I'm 85% sure that we would have never played that game and Georgia would have paid us out. But we'll never know because we let it go. And we didn't even negotiate. Even if we wanted out the game, we didn't even negotiate a departure. We just like, And again, if the injury was an issue in getting out of that contract, as the athletic director, it's your job to be transparent with the fan base, because you just asked us for $200,000.
Hey, what would have been the date of that Georgia game?
I believe that was 27, or was it
Of October, of September.
Probably September.
It was going to be in September.
Okay.
Just at the end of the day, just be transparent. You can't run around asking people for a whole bunch of money and then say because I said so. That ain't gonna work. But I keep saying, FAMUans, we know what the need is. We know we don't need no plan. We know what to donate to and who to donate to. Fang Exchange is out there. Rattler Arms is out there. You know what to do. These rough days ain't gonna last long.
Nah, they weren't gonna. It's not even saying move it back a few more years. EA, the SEC has this is a mandate from the SEC, because the SEC is trying to put more teams in the college football playoffs. That is what they're trying to do. Basically, they're trying to let's just say it like this: they're trying to monopolize on the college football playoffs.
Yeah. And not only that, they getting ready, like I've been telling y'all for years, they getting ready to dismiss the NCAA. They finna show them the door.
Yeah.
Them in the Big Ten. Because I told y'all, the ESPN did a study about 5 or 6 years ago, and they found out that college football was only big in 2 sections of the country, the Deep South and the Midwest. Okay? That's what they found out. It's number one in the Deep South and the Midwest. So them people getting ready to pull out that NCAA. Because they ain't going to let no Ted Cruz tell them what to do.
Yeah, that is that Protect College Athletics Act.
Whatever. Yeah. Him and some woman from out there in Washington who's supposed to be mad because I think she went to Washington State or listening to Washington State, and she pissed off because Washington State was not invited to the Big Ten. Them people ain't going for that.
Washington came, but they said no, we don't want you.
Yeah, they didn't want Washington State or Oregon State.
Oregon State, yeah, they had that by themselves.
Didn't want Stanford. Didn't want UCal Berkeley.
That's why they went to the ACC.
Yeah. And by the way, Doc, I loved y'all. I watched SMU at the ACC thing. Listen, man, if y'all get bigger, I think SMU gonna be a player, man. That program's getting better every year.
Yeah. Rhett Lashley ain't playing when it comes to.
You know he had that King kid as a quarterback coach, I think. Remember the guy that was at Miami? What was that quarterback's name?
Kevin King?
Was it DeAndre King or something? He came from Houston. What was the quarterback's name under Tom Herman out there at Houston? It's some kind of King. He's the quarterback coach at SMU now.
Oh, okay.
DeAndre King or something. He went to he finished up at UM.
I see Tom Herman's coming to Florida State, Troy.
He need to make him offensive coordinator because Tom Herman can run that offense now.
I see what you're doing. You try to trigger me. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
Oh no, I'm not trying to trigger you.
Norvell is out. He gone, bro.
I'm your buddy, man. Don't crash out on
Norvell
me.
might not even make half the season.
Yeah.
Game 3.
Oh, De'Aaron King.
De'Aaron King is now on the staff at SMU.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's offensive coordinator and he's the quarterback's coach.
Yeah.
Then he got Riley Dodge. As a tight ends. He's a tight ends coach and a passing game coordinator.
Dodge, is that Todd Dodge's son?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh,
Riley
you got to
was
stay about this world, man.
Riley was a dog when he was in high school.
South Lake
You
Carroll.
got to stay about this world at SMU, bro.
Oh, my boy Kyle Ward is a cornerbacks coach. He came from us. He was the defensive coordinator at South Oak Cliff during the
Listen,
they
championship.
want to
when's
stop.
SMU got to play Louisville? Because that's going to be a game right there. When do they play Louisville?
Let me see this. Let me see the schedule.
Let me look at that schedule.
Let's see if that's in Dallas or Louisville.
Hey, Mr. Ford.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you know what? I was watching the FIFA World Cup Championship yesterday. You know what happened? These schools and the NFL, they now that the World Cup is over, they need to start looking for some kickers out there.
Oh yeah, they always go get the soccer one. When do they play? When?
Get some kickers.
September the 19th. They playing in Louisville.
That's gonna be a biggie, man. Now, does SMU have to play Virginia Tech?
Yes, they do. They play them in Dallas.
Oh, brother, because I'm telling y'all. Now, I keep telling these people, don't be shocked when James Franklin take over the ACC, because I know what he up to. You know he finna bring that Big Ten football to the ACC. You know what he getting ready to do.
Everybody slow down. I'm about to tell y'all something y'all not gonna believe. James Franklin ain't the coach y'all need to watch in the ACC. It is the coach at Duke.
Oh,
it is the coach at Duke.
Manny Diaz.
Manny Diaz. It's the coach at Duke.
Man.
You talking about that dude at Duke?
Manny Diaz.
That Miami ran off.
They needed to. They needed to. He was awful.
And Miami still can't win the ACC.
Listen. I thought you was getting ready to say a Mario Cristobal or some of them. No, man. Ain't no way I'm finna watch no basketball school with no football. I ain't doing it. Listen, the real people is what we talking about. Rash Lasky, that guy at SMU, that family up there at Louisville, what them boys name? Jeff, what's his name? What's the head coach's name? Braun. Yeah, them people up in Louisville, James Franklin, Mario Cristobal, them the people you got to keep your eye on, man, because these people are for real. They know what they're doing, and they got that commitment, okay? See, the problem here in Georgia Tech is we got offense, but they ain't put no defense together in 5 or 6 years. We ain't had a decent defense in 5 or 6 years.
SMU's first game of the season is against Florida State on September the 7th.
They're going to blow Florida State out, probably. Now, the other thing that's going to be big, you know, Ole Miss is going to Nashville to play Louisville. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah, you got that guy, that quarterback is back with Ole Miss.
With them $5 million they giving, you know he back. Man, they giving that boy $5 million.
So they got Florida State off bat, Louisville this year for the ACC, Boston College, Virginia, Cal, Syracuse, Virginia Tech, Wake Forest, and Stanford. And then they played Notre Dame in South Bend on November the 21st.
That's SMU?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a game. Now the only thing with Notre Dame will beat them with that size now. Man, listen, you know Notre Dame gonna have them big corn-fed Midwestern boys in the offensive line. They coming downhill, bro. Like I said, if they gotta get up to that power 4 type size, that's been SMU's problem. They size to me is still AAC. It's not power 4.
I'm gonna tell you just talking about the ACC, Mr. Ford. There's some people I know, some blacks. They have sports talk radio personalities in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's a black sports talk radio show, a morning show called Sports Shop. I've become acquainted with them. They just got back from doing ACC Football Media Day, and they interviewed a lot of people. They talked to Franklin, Sweeney, and Fran Brown at Syracuse. I've become acquainted with them, and also they were at CIAA Football Media Day as well. If you had put that out there as well, they went there and then it came to ACC.
That guy, Morgan State needs to also look at that guy down there. I would keep that defense coordinator that Wilson had, but look at that head coach at Johnson C. Smith. I would look
Talking
at
about
that
Maurice
guy's.
Flowers.
Yeah, bring Flowers in up at Morgan, because I still say Coach Wilson has taken them as far as he can go. He's a Division II coach. That's what he is. He, to me, it's time for him to move on. And what them people at Morgan State need to be doing is looking at that guy I told you about earlier. This guy down there at Jacksonville at Edward Waters. Okay, vet him. Look at him. Look at the guy at that guy at Johnson C. Smith, Flowers. Look at the guy at Virginia Union. Okay, you need to look at them guys, man. Because I'm telling you, Coach Wilson can't go no further than what he did. 4 years, he's been there 4 years,
What
right?
guy in Virginia? Talking about
How
Dr.
long
Alvin
he been at
Parker
Morgan
in
State?
Virginia.
4
How long
years.
is
This
that?
is
4
fourth
years is long
term.
enough, man. If you ain't done nothing in 4 years, bro, look at him. Look at him. It's time to make a move.
Do you think Dr. Alvin Parker want to leave Virginia Union to go to one of those institutions?
Well, that's why you interview him. You find out, or you just give, the impromptu call. You speak with his agent. See if he's interested, because he's got an idea. I mean, it's a nice situation in Richmond. He's done well, but I'm just
Yes.
saying. I'm gonna tell y'all again. Morgan State is sitting on a lot of cash, man, and they've made it known they want to come to the Celebration Bowl. Well, listen, you can't come to the Celebration Bowl with Coach Wilson. It ain't gonna happen. So you got to look at people who can get you to the Celebration Bowl. Now, personally, like I told you before, you got to look at Brian Jenkins because he done won the MEAC 4 times.
That brother was
Maurice
suckling
Flowers hot in that division too. You know what he doing.
cooking. Yeah.
So that's what you got to do. If you say you want to get there, you got to get people who can. Coach Wilson can't get you to the Celebration Bowl.
At EA, at
I
some
mean-
point, we gotta forgive. At some point, we gotta forgive.
Oh, you talking
Right.
about his situation?
Listen. All this stuff that Bobby Petrino has done, and y'all talking about he got too much baggage. Who got more baggage than Bobby Petrino?
Man, that motorcycle. With
And
that motorcycle.
everything. Bobby Petrino left Atlanta in the middle of the night. Didn't nobody even know where he was for a day or two.
Yeah.
Man,
Until he had to he had to collar around his neck.
This man was caught on the back of a motorcycle with his mistress.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the collar around his neck in the press conference. Yeah.
Man,
All bruised up.
You know what
Coach
they say, but you know what they say. Money talks, bullshit walks.
There you go, baby. Because
Yeah,
Bobby know it. Listen,
That's true.
let me tell you something. Wherever Bobby Petrino is, I'm watching. Because now he's a fool, but I'm a fan of his on that football field.
That guy's an offensive mind.
Yes, he is. I love him. Man, I love some Bobby Petrino.
White people get
He
second
crazy.
chances. I think it's time for Brian Jenkins. If he have a great season at Edward Waters this season, he is on somebody's short list coming back
Yeah,
up
that guy's
Division One.
he's a good coach.
I'm sorry. to say,
Listen, they gonna need a coach out here in Arkansas Pine Bluff. And let me tell y'all about Arkansas Pine Bluff. They got enough money to win. They spend $7 to $8 million a year on sport. That's enough to win in this right. They just got to get the right person. Listen,
Hey, Blue,
they got
but you
far
said-
more than that at Morgan.
Blue, this is something that you said that's right. I don't care if he got baggage, but he
Yeah,
can
just like they
win.
talk about Art Browse. The
And he
Grammy Knights
can
got
win.
cutting up by Art Browse. Yeah, the man can coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he can win and coach football, that's all I need. I need you to coach and win football games and get my players to the next level. I don't care
There you
about
go.
none of that.
Blue,
Me,
there
man.
are still places. I
Hey.
agree wholeheartedly with you, but there are still places that feel like that because there is a coach that I want desperately at my school, but they're not gonna get him because he got baggage that they don't agree with.
Hey, Blue, give me 3 names.
Yeah, like these people are clergy. They're not clergy.
Blue, give me 3 names for that Morgan State job off the top of your head. Is the defense coordinator one of them? Give me 3. Give me 3 for that job at Morgan State. And while you at it, give me 3 for that Pine Bluff job.
Did you watch any of the interviews and stuff from us, Mr. Ford? As far as
Which
the
ones?
media?
You talking about the SWAC? I mean, at the SWAC Media Day.
Yeah.
Man, I had my telephone on, I had my computer on, and my TV on. Yeah, I watched it all day.
Did you check out me when I interviewed AD Golf from Prairie View?
I saw that.
Wait a minute.
I saw
Let me
that
say.
one.
Okay, I saw AD Golf with Mr. Mona. I
I
saw
saw him with
AD
you, Doc.
Golf. Yeah, I think I did, Doc. Yes, I did. Yeah,
Mhm.
I know I
what it
saw him
got-
with Mr. Mona.
Yeah, I told him what it got to take for PV to be the premier college football program in the state of Texas.
What'd you tell him?
Well, he just told me like, hey, you gotta have a vision, you gotta win, and you gotta have the right people at the helm. And I like it, on a real. I might have some issues with Prairie View, but I do like his I do like his vision.
Oh, yeah, you talking about the AD?
I like golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, his mother has been an athletic administrator almost 40 years. Did you know his mom?
Oh, okay.
Because
Miss Alfreda Golf?
Well, he's at Michigan State, right? At one point in time, right?
Yes, mama was at Virginia State, and then she went over to the MAC conference.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I know he played at Bowling Green.
Yeah. Listen, it's in his blood, man.
He played
It's in
football
his
at Bowling
blood,
Green.
bro. I knew. See, that's the thing right there. See, I keep telling people, it starts at the top. Cause see, that's the same thing with Morgan State. Morgan State is Prairie View over there in the MEAC. If they get the right people in there at Morgan State, they gonna come up just like Prairie View. Okay? Because I'm telling you, Coach Wilson's a good man. I like Coach Wilson. He's gone as far as he can go. Okay? They got to get somebody in there to take them to the Celebration Bowl. And I'm telling you, it's somebody out there. Now, me personally, I think he's in Jacksonville.
You think Jenkins?
Yeah. Listen, he won 4 MEAC championships. Been there, done that.
Oh man, I remember
That
from
dude
Bethune.
didn't he beat FAMU, what, 7 years in a row?
Yeah.
How many years he beat
He had some
FAMU in a
great
row?
teams.
How many years he beat FAM in a row?
Yeah, he had some great teams.
He had almost a whole. Didn't they? Bethune Cookman almost had a whole decade of whooping ass in the MEAC.
It's the Florida Classic. Remember, he won like what, 7 or 8? Was it 7 or 8 straight Florida Classics?
Something like that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Dr. Lynn Thompson. Dr. Lynn Thompson was still athletic director down there.
Hey, did what's the name answer my question? What did he hey, who you got, Blue? Who you got? Give me 3 names for that Morgan State job. Did he put somebody on in?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Cause I'm telling you, you folks up here at Morgan State, y'all need to start vetting people, man. Go on, do your due diligence. Start looking at some folks, man.
What's the president's name? What's that president's name? Dr. David Wilson?
Yeah, I think he's a Tuskegee graduate, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't know where he went to school, but I know he worked at Auburn at one time, and he's worked all around.
Well, I need to check that.
Yeah. He did work I think he worked at Auburn at one time, and he's talking about what he wanted
Listen, man,
to be.
I'm gonna tell you something. Listen, bruh Crook, they got enough money at Pine Bluff to be competitive. I'm telling you, they spend $7 to $8 million on sports. That's enough. They just don't have the right person at the head of that football program. Okay? If they get the right person, they can win out there at Pine Bluff. I'm talking about consistently. Because Pine Bluff ain't poor. They got money.
Pine Bluff used to get a lot of my right out of my hometown.
Yeah, they got money
but
at Pine Bluff, man. I'm telling you, they spending $7 to $8 million on sports, man. That's enough.
You know what they're getting now at UAPB out of Monroe, out of here in Monroe, Louisiana. They get more band members now. I used to get a lot of football players. They get more band members in the M4. I know the band director, John Graham. He's been there for years.
Yeah,
he's getting a lot of football players.
I think they can do a lot as far as with what they can get And I mean, my whole thing is if Coach Hampton can win at least 5 games this year, I don't see him going nowhere.
Hampton, man, I remember Hampton back when he was in school at here in Monroe.
Well,
When he was playing at it was Northeast Louisiana
yeah,
University. He was a cornerback.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna watch like you. I'm gonna watch because call out this
I
schedule
remember him
because
years back.
I don't know what 5 they're gonna win unless they're gonna play Lane College and them twice.
I know one of the games they got. I know one of the games they played Missouri, so that's automatic right there.
Right.
That's
Money game.
How many of them people they got to play Jackson and Alabama State and Alabama A&M? They got to play them.
So the first game is against Morehouse, and that's at
That's a
Walmart.
win.
And then of course they go to Missouri that following week. Then they play Alcorn, third game of the season. They beat them last year.
I was gonna say that's a toss up. That's the game up in Memphis. They could win that. Okay, who's next?
Central State. They play them at home.
They'll win that. Who next?
Southern in Baton Rouge.
I got them beating Southern.
You think they'll beat
wait a minute. You think they're gonna beat Marshall the first? You gonna beat Marshall?
I got them beating Southern.
Oh,
okay. So that's 3. Okay, who next? Wait a minute. Wait. Hey, what did Blue say? What Blue say right there?
He said for Morgan State, he said Henry Frazier, Miles Russ, and Brandon Moore.
Okay, Blue, I don't know Miles Rush. You got to tell me who that is. Okay, now I think I know who is Brandon Moore. I know Henry Frazier. Who is Brandon Moore
as well? Yeah.
Who Blue, I need some biography on them people, man, so I can look them up.
And then
who is this guy?
I think they could beat Southern. I don't think Southern.
Let me tell you something. Okay, let me just say this. That's gonna be really bad down there in Baton Rouge if he come down there and beat Marshall on the bluff. That ain't gonna be good, man. So I'm gonna go with Marshall, because baby, let me tell you something. Now they gonna give him some time, but it's gonna be hell to pay if Pine Bluff come to Baton Rouge on the bluff and beat Southern. Baby, it's gonna be some mess down there. You hear me? It's gonna get ugly fast.
That's a pressure cooker down there, man.
Baby, listen. So hopefully he gonna beat Pine Bluff,
man.
Because it's gonna get ugly fast.
Mr. Ford, so Coach Russ is the coach at Kaiser College, NAIA school down here in Florida. That man coach.
Okay, what's the name of the school again?
Yeah, Kaiser. Yeah, Kaiser.
Kaiser,
yeah,
okay.
Man, they won that national championship in NAIA. I remember them, Kaiser.
Okay.
I watched them play on
who was it? There was another one, Brandon Moore. Who is that? Did you say who Brandon Moore is?
Former NFL player.
Where's he working now?
That name sound familiar.
Yeah, that's what I heard that Brandon. Huh?
Said you're head coach at San Diego.
San Diego University?
University of San Diego. Okay.
Oh, okay.
USD.
Okay. I have to look him up. Okay.
So for Pine Bluff, they got homecoming against Alabama State.
They gonna get the beat out of them. Who next?
Oh man, Andrew
Body. Tallahassee after that.
They go where?
Tallahassee.
Okay, they're gonna get beat down. Who next?
Yeah, I have FAMU in there.
Bethune-Cookman.
They should get beat down again. Who next?
Yeah,
but they got Grambling and Grambling.
Okay, that's a whooping for Grambling should win that. Who next?
I don't know because they struck because last time Grambling played Pine Bluff in down there in Grambling, it was a struggle.
It was a struggle. I was at the game, man. It was a struggle.
Okay, it was Mickey Joseph?
Yeah, it was Mickey Joseph.
Yeah. It was Mickey Joseph. Okay.
Yeah, it was a struggle, man. Mr. Ford, I was there. My parents and I were there.
Okay. Who's the next one?
They host Prairie View.
What next?
In last game, they on the road. They played Texas Southern.
Okay, they might win. You're right. How many did we count? How many we give them? 4 or 5?
5. If
Yeah,
they
they might.
win,
You're right. They might win 5. They might win
if
5.
they
You know
win
what?
5,
They might save his job. Like you
and
said, if they only want 5. Yeah, they might save his job.
Who said Russ is 24-2 as a head coach right now and has led Kaiser to back-to-back NAIA
Yeah,
championship.
I know about Kaiser.
And
Yes.
he is young. He is 37 years old.
Woo. Now,
Yeah, I
hey,
remember Kaiser.
where did he do his undergraduate? Where did he go to school?
What's his first name?
Brandon. Let's see.
No, you said Kaiser, right?
Let me look him up. Miles Russ.
Miles Russ.
Miles
right.
Russ. I meant Miles Russ. I meant.
Where did he get his undergraduate? And where did he play?
Yeah, Miles Russ. Yeah, I know about Kaiser down there in Florida.
What city is that?
Is that around Fort Lauderdale, Troy?
Yeah, it's around the Fort Lauderdale area.
Yeah.
Okay, Fort Lauderdale. Okay.
Yeah, I've watched them play. I watched them play for the national championship.
He played at Robert Morris as a
YouTube.
running back.
Oh, he played
Yeah.
at Robert Morris. That's up in Pennsylvania, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one of those CAA schools, Doc? Is that where A&T in Hampton is? Is that Robert Morris in that conference?
Robert Morris is in the
NEA?
The NEC, I think.
NEC, okay.
NEC, okay. Okay.
Okay. Hey, I wouldn't mind him coming here too.
Yeah, yes. Hey, Kaiser, I watched him play on YouTube for the national championship live during the time, and they were a quick team, man. You know how the NAIA.
I want Florida Memorial coach to get a few more resources.
Now, who's at Florida Memorial?
Mike Jones. They beat the number 10 team in the nation last year. I was in the house to see it. They beat
Now, is that Mike Jones? Mike Jones from Tennessee State? What Mike Jones is this?
That's the one that played with the Rams.
Hold on. Let me pull up his biography. Florida Memorial. You know what? I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I went to they site to get his biography.
Yeah, what's his biography?
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, what am I talking about? He's a FAMU alum. My bad.
Oh, what years was he at FAMU?
2004 to 2007.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. So 2004. So he didn't play for Billy Joe. He played for Reuben Carter.
That was after they were trying to make that jump to one of
he played for Reuben Carter.
Yeah, I remember Reuben Carter played former Bronco.
Yeah. Man, let me tell you something. When Reuben Carter was head coach at Florida A&M, it was a nightmare.
Oh man, I remember it was
awful, man. It was the worst. Listen, they would come up here and play Tennessee State at the Dome. Them was the worst Atlanta Classics I'd ever seen in my life, man. I remember when they announced that he was going to replace Billy Joe, everybody was just sad. And his coaching was worse.
And I see Billy Joe lives in from Quinn Gray. He said Billy Joe.
Yeah, he's in Birmingham.
Birmingham.
He's in his 80s. Yeah,
I know he has to play with Joe Namath on that.
He played with Joe Namath.
Football championship team. Yeah,
he's a Villanova graduate.
So last year they were 4-6. But
who was 4-6?
Slow-mo. One of the games they had a forfeit. one of those games. They beat they did beat Southeastern. They lost. They got blown out by Kaiser. They beat Warner. They beat the brakes off of Thomas University in Georgia. They lost by 5 to Ave Marie.
Man can coach. And
they lost by 7 to St. Thomas.
Okay. That's blew by 3 for Pine Bluff. Just in case he don't win the 5.
You know who be top on my list for that Pine Bluff job? To be real with y'all, Teddy Keaton. Better come make that call to him in Atlanta.
Yeah,
hey, Teddy Keaton he said he's available now. He said he has all the time in the world. He's not coaching anywhere right now. I think he has a YouTube broadcast. He was talking about it. He was on that Wayne Cartwright.
Yeah, he does that, and then I think he still does something with HBCU Game Day with Stephen Gaither.
Yeah.
Well, what y'all think about Morehouse talking about they want to be Division I? Is that allowed? They just want some attention. What's going on?
I heard Harold Ellis talking about that. Are they ready from wine, cheese, and crackers going to steaks?
Is he just want some airtime, or are they serious, or what? What's going on?
I think what he was saying. I think he said he put 2 people in that he said he looked up to is 80 Robinson and 80 Davis over at Howard.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So, I mean, are they serious? Because they would make a lot of money. That's because they ain't got girls' sports, so that's for sure. But I'm just saying, are they serious, or they just want some attention?
Like you said, I think they would. I will move the football team up to Division I and keep the rest of it down there inside the side. That's it.
Yeah, because see, here's my thing. Just think about this. FAMU at Morehouse. Okay, Alabama State at Morehouse. Southern at Morehouse. Jackson State at Morehouse. South Carolina State at Morehouse. Tennessee State at Morehouse. All them $1 million paydays. That's a crowds of 30 and 35,000 or more. They wouldn't even be able to play it at their stadium. They'd have to go downtown somewhere. I mean, they dumb for not even doing this before, but my thing is, are y'all just talking or are y'all serious? Because if you're serious, don't talk about it, sign the papers.
I wonder about he's going on all these platforms talking.
I think Mr. Ford, they need to do something with Alonzo Herndon Stadium.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to play there. They wouldn't be able to play there. If they had to play, they would need to have to move their games. They might play some of them games over there because they can do 15,000 if because they got land and all that, and people can sit around other than in the stands. But I'm talking about you bring a FAMU up in there, man, that'd be 40,000 people up in there. So you got to go to either Tech, you got to go to Georgia State, you got to go somewhere. You can't be at you can't do that at Herndon. I'm not Herndon. What's that stadium over? Is it Forbes? What's Morehouse's stadium name?
BT Harvey.
BT Harvey. Because you can't bring FAM up in there. Because FAM gonna bring 15,000 right here in the city. They ain't even talking about the people coming from Florida.
Oh yeah, I see what you said. Put in there, Troy. With what Marshall Falk said. But do you think he was he lying though? Was he lying or not?
What did he say?
Well, we talked about earlier.
He just got on the job. You can't walk in the door and say that.
What did he say?
Yeah, I like
what we were talking about earlier that HBCU basically we have to tell we have to be able to prepare our kids to if they want to they're gonna move up, like prepare them so they can move up to the next level.
Oh, we were talking about leaving our schools and going Power 4.
Yeah.
Listen, man, as long as you got a competent coaching staff, you ain't got to worry about that. Because let me tell you something. You got some programs right now in the last 3 to 4 years, they ain't had 20 people left. Because them kids like them coaches, man. See, a lot of them kids, if they don't have respect for them coaches, yeah, they gonna leave. If they high school coach better than they college coach, they gonna leave. But if you got a solid staff and everybody know what they doing and everybody pulling their weight, them kids ain't gonna leave, man. Them kids ain't gonna leave. But my whole thing is, even if they leave with the talent that's coming to the HBCU, I just gave y'all the example. Listen, Isaiah Spencer, as much as, and I revered him and I just thought he was all of that, he left, and guess what? We forgot him because of that Rembrandt kid. So when them kids come and they show out and then they decide they gonna chase the bag, man, let me tell you something. We got some more kids gonna replace them.
You were talking about Nate Rembrandt before they...
Just think about, the kind of wide receivers TC has had at Jackson since he been head coach. Mm-hmm. And he stated that this is the best wide receiver room he done had since he been there. And you know the kind of wide receiver rooms he has had since he been there? Yeah. Come on, man. So like I tell you, they can leave, but listen, we wishing the best, but baby, you're going to miss out.
You talking about Nate Rembrandt used to be at Valley, is now at Jackson State.
Oh, Nate, listen, since Nate Rembrandt came to Jackson State, ain't nobody mentioned Isaiah Spencer. They done forgot him.
Yeah, I'm Spencer.
And I guarantee you, like I said earlier, if you were to pull Isaiah Spencer to the side, I guarantee you he'll tell you he regrets leaving Jackson State. I bet you he'll tell you that. I bet he regrets it.
And that's what happened to get in that portal, and they get caught in there, and no one they said probably them not being picked up. It's names in there. Yeah, they probably.
Yeah, Isaiah Spencer's at Ole Miss, so he's at his so-called dream school.
Oh, he's at Spencer's at Ole Miss. Okay.
Yeah. I got in touch with Coach Wade, Mr. Ford.
Which one?
Kendrick Wade used to be head coach at Valley.
Yeah, Valley. Yeah.
He's back at Fort Valley as a wide receiver coach.
Oh, he's there with Willie Titan, his offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's at Fort Valley.
Let me tell you, man. I went down last year to the, it was called the Fountain City Classic. It's in Columbus, Georgia. And it was Fort Valley versus Albany State. I saw Quinn in there because we want to look at Quinn. Let me tell you that last year's Fort Valley team is the worst Fort Valley team I've ever seen in my life. It was the worst Fort Valley team I've ever seen in my life.
And Fort Valley used to be tough. Thing about
and I've been watching Fort Valley since the days of Coach Stan Lomax. But that was the worst Fort Valley team I've seen in years.
Doc, I'm sending you that one. I'm just sending that one. I'll let you talk about it.
All right, let me see what we got.
Yeah, Fort Valley used to be tough. I remember them.
All right. Atlanta HBCU Classic lists the Grove football rivalry. Morehouse versus Clark Atlanta. Let's see. Let's talk about this. Is from HBCU Game Day. The historic HBCU football rivalry between Morehouse and Clark is getting a new stage as organizers launch the inaugural ATL Labor Day Classic. It's an HBCU event designed to turn one of Black college football's oldest matchups into a weekend-long celebration of Atlanta's culture and alumni community. The game, which has traditionally been played later in the season, will now serve as the home opener for both programs. Organizers believe the move will inject fresh energy into a rivalry that dates back to 1900, while giving Atlanta a signature HBCU football event during Labor Day weekend. We talked about elevating Morehouse athletics and asking what that what that looked like for football, said Jerry Freeman, co-founder of 9167 Sports and Entertainment Agency and one of the event's organizers. This rivalry already has the history. We thought, what if we moved it to the front of the season and captured that home opening energy? So Freeman and fellow co-founder Devin Baker are both Morehouse alum, who said the concept grew out of conversations with Morehouse athletic director Harold Ellis, Clark Atlanta athletic director Dr. Jarrell Drew, and the side commissioner Dr. Anthony Holloman about expanding the rivalry's reach. Instead of waiting until late in the season, organizers believe Labor Day weekend offers the perfect opportunity to welcome students back to campus while drawing alum to Atlanta before the traditional homecoming season begins. We talk about this as the AUC homecoming, Freeman said. This will be the classic experience for many freshmen from Morehouse, Spelman, Clark Atlanta, and Morris. That's great energy. So while the game remains the centerpiece, organizers are emphasizing that the ATL Labor Day Classic is intended to be a full experience rather than simply for football. One of the event's signature auditions will be at 8,000 VIP lounge overlooking the field at BT Harvey Stadium. The premium space will feature lounge seating, food stations, beverages, and entertainment while allowing fans to watch the game without leaving the social atmosphere that has become synonymous with HBCU football weekends. For fans looking for a more traditional experience, organizers are introducing a fan zone tailgate adjacent to the stadium, complete with alumni tents, food trucks, DJs, and opportunities to watch the game while continuing to tailgate. We want to make sure people didn't have to choose between the tailgate and the game, Freeman said. You can enjoy both together. Additional events are expected throughout the weekend, including a Friday evening mixer, post-game entertainment, and a Sunday brunch. Organizers also plan to announce community partnerships, including healthcare initiatives aimed at serving both fans and nearby neighborhoods. Is the I think that's good.
Yeah, I think it'd be exciting. It'd be really good, man.
Putting a lot of festivities around it.
Yeah, it'll be good. Labor Day would be a great day. Have a game here on Labor Day. Because the week before we'd have the SWAC MEAC Challenge. And then the next week, the Labor Day weekend, you'd have the Morehouse versus Clark. That would be real good. I mean, like I say, it'll be the beginning of the season. You could, freshmen on campus, students on campus. Yeah, that would be really good. I'm just wanting to know about Morehouse and all this. We coming for the big boys. Do y'all want some attention or are y'all serious?
Yeah.
If you're serious, stop talking about it and sign the papers. Join the MEAC or the SWAC. If you want to make money, join the SWAC. If you want to be with Howard, join the MEAC.
Are they ready to make transition from wine, cheese, and crackers to steaks? Yeah, that's always my question. Morehouse.
They got to put
that's
the money
my question.
up.
You have money.
Morehouse and Clark got more money than Bethune-Cookman, and Bethune-Cookman been playing Division I sports for years.
Can they back it up?
Like I said, move the football team to Division I and keep everybody else down in Division II. I think that's the only way you can do that, especially since it's all male.
Yeah, they ain't got no girl sports, so it'll be cheap for them.
So yeah.
Clark has girl sports. It'll be more expensive for them. But Morehouse don't have girl sports.
Yeah, I wonder if hey, like you show up at the next game. I wonder if Spike Lee would show up.
He comes to homecoming. He come to the homecoming game.
He comes to homecoming. He's on the board of trustees at
Morehouse. He and Samuel Jackson are big wheels over there. They make a lot of their decisions.
Yeah, I know he's on the board of trustees.
Yeah. At one time, Bill Cosby was giving them a lot of money for their athletic department.
Yeah, and I know Oprah gave to Morehouse. I know Bill was giving to Spelman. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think Spelman gave the money back.
Yeah, and I know Oprah was giving to Morehouse.
Dude, there's a couple of stadiums in Division One that only have one side. If you ever been to Murray State has a one-sided stadium.
Johnson C. Smith.
What
Johnson
about Delaware
I've been
State?
there.
Delaware State has a one-sided stadium, right?
They got two sides.
Oh, Delaware State, okay.
I know Johnson C. Smith does.
What's that
Field.
school? Sacred Heart got a one-sided stadium.
I've been on JCSU's campus.
Yeah, Houston Christian got a one-sided stadium. So they don't
Houston
mean
Christian.
nothing.
Houston Christian, that school used to be Houston Baptist.
Yep. That's what my ex-wife graduated from.
My father's homeboy. My father's homeboy from Tulsa, Louisiana played basketball there in the late 60s, early 70s, named Rufus Burns. He's passed on. He's one of their greats in basketball.
Yeah, my ex-wife got her bachelor's she got a bachelor's in nursing from Houston Christian, where she got it with Houston Baptist.
Houston Baptist, yeah. Yeah, when my dad he went to my father's high school, went to McCall High in Tulsa, Louisiana. Dad knew him.
I gotta get up out of here.
Yeah, I'm about to roll up out of here because I gotta be at work at 8:00 in the morning. I don't get no off day until Friday.
Yeah, I had to go to work too, man.
What we got for tomorrow, bro?
So tomorrow, I'm still trying to get this interview. If I don't get a confirmation by 12 o'clock, I'll update everybody. But I'm trying to get this interview for this Legacy series. To be honest, Mr. Ford kind of brought this all about by me wanting to go back and grab interviews from all the FAMU greats. So I'm trying to get Mr. Lawrence on. I've been reaching out through everybody. This almost like what that movie The Devil Wears Prada 2, where she trying to get that exclusive interview. It's almost like that. I'm calling people who might know people who might know people. So I'm trying to get that interview for tomorrow. If I don't, I think I'll be able to get it by Thursday, but I'll definitely let everybody know by 12 o'clock if we're going to get that interview done.
Have you interviewed Rudy Hubbard, Troy?
I have not yet.
Hey, okay. have y'all, is Henry Lawrence in the NFL Hall of Fame?
No.
That's fam. You need to do like they did for Ken Riley. He needs to be in the NFL Hall of Fame. The other thing, fam, you need to look at does FAMU have a museum for FAMU sports?
We have a Hall of Fame. I don't believe we have a museum.
Y'all need to have a museum. Y'all got too much history. Y'all need a museum.
There's a lot of history.
You listen, man. Y'all need to have this a half of the building for Jake Gaither.
Highest of Seven Hills, a lot of history on that down there in Tallahassee.
Yeah, y'all need to have a museum, man.
When I was a janitor, the field house had the history in the field house. But again, remember, this was in 95. So again, when we talked to Quinn and Quinn said we need to update the field house or build a new field house.
Yeah, they do.
That's part of one of the things that need to get done. But yeah, we it's a bunch of stuff that need to get done. We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, because if Grambling got a museum, then fam, you should have one.
Yeah, Grambling has an Eddie Robinson museum. It's nice in there.
If Grambling needs, fam, you need to have a museum too. Listen, Jake Gaither was before Eddie Robinson. There. Actually, Jake Gaither taught Eddie Robinson. Eddie Robinson told us when I was a student how he got the idea for the Bayou Classic was because of the Orange Blossom Classic.
Yeah,
and he told us he looked up to Jake Gaither.
And that's why I look at Florida A&M, Troy. Florida A&M has they're the ones that have the football tradition. You know, they talk about these other schools. I know. But the thing about it, Florida A&M has tradition. And what people don't know about Florida State, you know, Florida State started as an all-female institution and then it became co-ed. That's the history of that school. I think in the 50s when they became co-ed.
Listen, when I was a little boy, I saw the first black player to play for Florida State. His name was Eddie Mike Miller. He was the first black player at Florida State. That was 1968 or 69. You can look him up. His name was Eddie Mike Miller. When he got there, he was the fastest player on Florida State's team.
Yeah, because FAMU was the powerhouse in the state of Florida.
Yeah, that was during the time of Ken Riley. At that time, because I was in the Cub Scouts. They took us to a Florida State game, and then they took us to a Florida A&M game. Florida A&M's quarterback was Ken Riley.
Ken Riley. That was
He wore number
Jay
2 or
Gaither.
number 3. Yeah, it was Jake Gaither. This was
Jay Gaither had some
68
powerhouse.
or 69. Because Jake quit after the 69 season. Jake quit.
69 season was the last season I
Yeah,
read.
he quit. Yeah.
That's part of the reason why people don't give Coach Hubbard the respect that he deserved.
Man,
Because
that's
always said that he didn't have his own players when he won that national championship. So
Rudy Hubbard.
Yeah, that's partially true. The main thing was when he took over, they had talent. Jim Williams them had talent there because I think he took over. Did he take over from Jim? Yeah, I think he took over from Big Jim Williams. But the problem was he didn't have the quarterback to run that triple option offense he had. Because his first quarterback was Kenny Holt. Kenny was like 6'5", could throw it. But Rudy put him into that triple option. What he did was he went to Jacksonville and brought in Albert Chester. And Albert was the truth, man. He ran that triple option, man. And that's who Albert was the quarterback. They went undefeated in 77.
Ike Williams.
In 78, they went they won the 1AA championship.
McGriff.
Yeah, McGriff was on that team. Because McGriff came about 75, 76. He came from Vero Beach.
But
yeah,
then,
I worked with his wife.
They said that the true national championship game was between Jackson State and FAMU, the semifinal.
Yes, Lord, that was the semifinal. Yeah, man.
That was
at Jackson. It was at Jackson.
Wasn't that Bob Hills, like one of his last?
That was W.C. Gordon. W.C. Gordon. He had people like he had a boy named the quarterback was from Georgia. His name was last name was Taylor. He was from Waycross, Georgia. He had Ricky Patton, one of the backs, Perry Harrington, and then he had another back. I can't remember his name. He had a boy up front on the defense line was called Robert Hartburn Hardy. He went to the Seattle Seahawks. He had another big defensive end. I can't remember where he went. But both of them was loaded with athletes, man. That was Tyrone McGriff on that offensive line for FAM at the time. That was a hard-hitting game, bro. And it was cold as I don't know what.
Hey, if you want to see that game, Alex Rice, you got to go to his YouTube channel. He has that game on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, Mr. Ford, Tyrone McGriff, when he was on Doug Williams' staff at Grambling, that was in 1990. Yeah, when Todd Bowles was there, and what happened? McGriff's wife was she was one of the managers at Sears when Sears was open here in Monroe, Louisiana, and out in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
When Sears was in business, it's all gone out of business. But Barbara and I worked together at Sears while they were in the area, and then when he was let go, they ended up going moving down to back around his area, around Vero Beach. Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah, he passed away. I remember, man, I saw him play at FAM for, because he was a captain as a sophomore. Rudy made him a captain. He was a sophomore.
Yeah, he was offensive line coach at Graham.
Yeah, he played on 2 national championship teams.
Yeah.
They went to, in 1977, they met Tennessee State on the campus of Vanderbilt Stadium. The campus of Vanderbilt. They won that game. Both of them came into the game 6-0. That was when Tennessee State had a guy named Joe Adams. He was a quarterback.
Oh, Joe 747 from Gulf.
That was his freshman year. Joe 747. Had a boy from New Orleans. They called him Boot Nine. His name was Rodney Parker. Rodney played for the Eagles, for the Philly Eagles, and for the Atlanta Falcons. He had another wide receiver named Gerard McCray. I think it was Gerard McCray. He had who else was on there? They had an offensive lineman named Big. It's called him Stan the Man. Stan was from Ohio. He used to kick off for him. He went to the Rams.
He was loaded, man.
That whole defense either got drafted or went as free agents in the NFL that year. That the draft was in 78. All them guys either went free agency or they went to they got drafted.
Which year was that when FAMU beat Miami? Was that 79?
79.
Jim Kelly beat the Jim Kelly team with Al Schellenberger? Yeah.
No, it wasn't Jim. It wasn't Jim Kelly.
I know
It was
Schnellenberg's the head coach.
yeah, it was Snellenbergers and them early on because they was running like triple op. No, it wasn't.
Okay.
He came later.
Oh, okay.
Jim Kelly came later.
Okay.
Yeah, he came later, man. Cause see, when Jim Kelly was there, they was on probation. They was beating the you know what out of people, but they was on probation.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because I remember that year they put them on TV and they embarrassed Notre Dame. The press went off on them. They had a high school coach up at Notre Dame. He had come from Cincinnati, Ohio, and they
Jerry
put about 50,
Faust.
Jerry Faust. They put 50,
Yeah,
60
Cardinal.
points
Yeah,
on him.
Archbishop
And
Muller. That was
they
a
were so mad
powerhouse.
with him, man, about that because that was Snellenberger did that. That was Snellenberger.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the year after? That was the year that Schnellenberger announced that he was going to coach with the USFL.
That was after he won the '84 national championship. He beat Nebraska in the national
83.
championship game, and
that
after the
That was
game, he
83.
announced he was leaving.
Oh,
Yeah,
84
wasn't it
national
the game
championship
when they
game.
played Notre Dame? That was
Yeah,
Jerry
84
Faust
national
last
championship.
year.
They beat Nebraska.
Yeah, because they embarrassed Jerry Faust, man. That was a total mistake. He was at Moeller. Moeller was like Valdosta High,
Archbishop Muller.
you know. And they thought that because he was winning at Moeller, he could coach at Notre Dame. And it was terrible, man. That was a total disaster.
Yeah, that's when they
And
had
they
Alan
didn't get
Pinkin and
themselves
those guys.
together until they went out and got the
Lou
little guy
Holtz.
that just died
Lou
that
Holtz.
was up in South Carolina. Lou Holtz, yeah.
Lou
They went and
Holtz.
got Lou
Yeah.
Holtz. Lou was down at I think Lou was at Minnesota. He was at Minnesota, and then he came down because he had been at Arkansas. He had been in Arkansas. Him and Frank Brawls hated each other. That's why he had to leave Arkansas.
I could see it.
Listen, Frank Brawls used to come on the campus of Southern and talk football with Coach Mumford. So did Bear Bryant, but at that time, Bear Bryant was at Texas A&M. They used to come to Southern. They got pictures of it. Used to come to Southern to see Arnett Mumford. And Arnett Mumford's wife said what they would do, they would take the dining room table and turn it into a football field.
Boy. They had to go and study the black coaches to get this.
Huh?
When you go back to work?
Next Monday, man. I'll be back in there next Monday.
Next Monday? Gosh, man. Yeah. Oh, man, not much time.
The kids will be back August the 3rd.
Man.
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready to go. Because listen, in a month's time, Lord willing, I'll be sitting up at that Howard, Alabama A&M game here at Georgia State, baby.
Which subject do you teach, Mr. Ford?
I'm history.
History? Okay.
Yeah.
I can see you teaching history the way you talk on this platform. I can see you teaching history.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we about to get up on out of here.
Okay, man. Listen, enjoy it, guys.
It's always great conversing with you all.
I'll be on Wednesday because I have to be at work late Wednesday, and I'll probably be back on Friday.
Okay. All right. Y'all have a good night.
All right. You all take care.
Okay.
All right, Doc.
See you later,
right, Doc. You take care of it and good night, everyone.
All right. We are pretty much over and done. Appreciate everybody. We hit over a little bit over 100 tonight between YouTube and Twitter. Hopefully everybody got a chance to subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter. Other than that, I'll be back on with the fellas and the First Lady on Tuesday. And Wednesday, I have a doctor's appointment for a ultrasound on my kidneys. Thursday, I have a doctor's appointment for a sleep study. So I'm going to be very, 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 very busy this coming up week. And then, of course, I'll be off Friday and I'll be off Saturday. But other than that, make sure that y'all like the stream, comment, share. Most of all, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you can hit the donation button down there on the ticker. If you already see it, you already know how to do it. For the cash out, HBCU Overdrive, of course. But other than that, As always, y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. Hug your loved ones and love on your loved ones. Always crash out on your kids and beat them out the penitentiary. Yeah, appreciate it, man. I hope everything everything goes good with me. So on Wednesday. So I gotta fast tomorrow night when I get off of work. So I can't eat anything. I'm probably ain't gonna be able to eat anything after 6 o'clock. So either 6 or 8. So my appointment is at 9 o'clock. So that'll be good. I should be all right. But as always, like my man Troy said, y'all leave with love, and we out this thing. Y'all be easy. Peace.